today's class, you will be learning about the game of volleyball. Volleyball is played with the hands by hitting a ball over a net to the opponent's court. William G. Morgan invented the game of volleyball in 1895 in USA. The aim of the game is to ground the ball in your opponent's court. The game consists of 6 players in each team, and the game is played between 2 teams. So a team of volleyball has 6 players each. A point is awarded to a team if it hits the ground of the opponent, or if the opponent fails to return the ball. The ball starts with a service from the back line, and only 3 players are allowed to touch the ball before it is hit back to the opponent. And no player is permitted to touch the ball twice in succession. That is, each player must touch the ball only once, and only 3 players are allowed to touch the ball in a team before it is played back to the opponent. Facilities and equipment for volleyball. These are the materials needed to play the game of volleyball. We need a court. Volleyball is played on a rectangular court. This is the court, into 2 equal halves by a center net. So this is the net dividing the court equal halves, and each team stands in opposite part of the court facing each other. So this is the court in full, the volleyball court, and these are the different dimensions that makes up a volleyball court. Another material needed to play the game of volleyball is the volleyball net. The volleyball net is hung on 2 upright poles at the middle or the center of the court, and this helps to divide the court into 2 equal parts. Then we need the volleyball. This is a volleyball. This is not a football, but a volleyball. So this is what we use in playing the game of volleyball. Types of volleyball. Volleyball are of 2 types, depending on where it is played. The first type of volleyball. This type of volleyball is played on a concrete floor, a tiled floor, and is usually played indoor. When I mean indoor, in an indoor sports complex. Then the next type of volleyball is a beach volleyball. This is played on the beach sand. There is no concrete floor needed, no tight floor needed in this type of volleyball. It is played on the sand. It is played on the sand. Next, we'll look at the skills of volleyball. What are the skills used in playing volleyball? The skills of volleyball are serving. The game begins with a serve, so serving is a game in volleyball. We have digging. Digging is a skill in volleyball. It involves preventing the ball from hitting your court. Then we have setting. Setting is a skill in volleyball. This involves setting the ball, placing the ball in an accurate position for your player to shoot the ball into the opponent's court. So setting is like positioning the ball for your player to shoot the ball. Then we have spiking. Spiking simply means hitting the ball with force. This is done to hit the floor of the opponent's court. Now let's see how the game of volleyball is played. Start with a serving, and that team could not return the ball, and a point is awarded to the serving team. So you see, it's out. And they are celebrating a point won there. The team that wins a point keeps serving until the opponent gets a point. And that's another point won because the opposite team could not return the ball. So that's out. And this team will keep serving. And that's how the ball is served. And that's another point. Let's see what happened here. They could not return the ball yet again. So let's keep watching how to play the game of volleyball. And yet again, a point won by the serving team because the opposition team could not return the ball. Here we go with another serving. Yet again, the opposition team could not return the ball because the ball was grounded in their court, and so a point is awarded to the serving team. They are preparing for another service. Every player is taking their position, and let the game begin. The game is in play, and another point awarded to the serving team. The serving team are on fire. They are on fire. They have won every point that they have served so far. And the ball has been grounded in the opposition team. And so a point is awarded to the serving team. So this is how the game is played until we get a winner. The ball is in play. You can see how it's played. Okay, let's see who wins this point. And that's a very good spiking. And yet again, this team wins the point because the ball has been grounded in the opposition team. Now let's look at the officials in volleyball. The officials in volleyball, these are the people that regulate the game during play. So the officials are those people that regulate the game during play, and they are, we have number 1, the first referee. Number 2, we have the umpire. Number 3, we have the scorer. Number 4, we have the timekeeper. And finally, number 5, we have the linesmen. These are the officials that help to regulate the game of volleyball. So over to the rules of volleyball. What are the rules that help guide the game during play? Some of these rules include the following. Number 1, serving is done from the service area behind the end line. It is a foot foul to touch the end line while serving. So, more rules: no player must touch or hit the ball in play twice in succession. So, no player is allowed to hit the ball twice in a row. I know you had fun learning about volleyball and you are ready to play volleyball. See you on the court. Bye.